Nah, look, so I was gonna tell y'all, we was talking about off camera, but Bree, she's sitting there last night, after me, like, being mommy, daddy or whatever. She's like, what you thinking right now? I gotta put emphasis on it because it felt like she was like trying to read my mind or something. It was like majestic. She's like, so what are you thinking right now? I was like, man, I'm chilling. She's like, nah, I want to know what you thinking. And I was like, man, I'm like, babe, I'm good. I'm chilling. Let's just watch the show. Yada, yada, yada. She like, that's not what you thinking about. She's like, what you thinking about? I was like, you really want to know what I'm thinking? She like, yeah. Because she broke her ankle. I'm like, man, I can't wait till this motherfucking ankle heal up, man, so you can get your ass back. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you told her that?
Yeah. I'm like, I can't wait till this ankle heal. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So that way we can get back to, get back to our program. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever. Okay. He tried to put a bow on it. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
But that's what she wanted. That's what she wanted. I feel like Tyrese and Baby Boy, he was like, I lie to them because I don't love them. And then I don't tell them hoes the truth because I don't love them. I tell you the truth. I don't tell them the truth because they can't hear whatever that he said. I just kind of felt like, I was like, you know what? She's trying to get that answer out of me that she wants, so I'm going to give her what she wants. And I was just kind of like, I was like, man, I can't wait till your ankle heal. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I really feel really bad that this happened to you. I was like, you know what I'm saying? But I can't wait till you back on your feet, moving and grooving. I'm
gonna say like this, D-Loot. Any person, like I've known 2 people that broke the ankles.
Yeah,
it was a year-long rehab.
Yeah, it's work.
Year and a half.
It's work, and so I'm like, man, I just told her I was just like, man, like first and foremost, with the most respect, it's hard for me to fathom it because it's just kind of like, yo, like I done so much damage on these joints right here. Like, yo, shout out to these, like. Yeah. Maybe my ankle's a little stronger than I thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I done, you know what I'm saying? We done put these things to work. You know what I'm saying? But
I used to hurt my ankle every football season.
Right.
You know?
Every practice, potholes, what?
Come on.
Nah.
Yeah, talk about where you go to make a cut, but the ground ain't there. And you like, damn, my foot going a lot deeper than I thought it was. And then you finally hit the ground. Your knee wasn't even ready for that. You fully extending your knee bending forward and all that. Like that happened to me. I'm like, so when it, like I said, at the end of the day, I just kind of felt bad because I was like, man, I literally said the words, and I don't advise this to anybody, you know what I'm saying? Who don't want no smoke with their girl, whatever. I was like, man, stop being dramatic. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, we being dramatic right now. Like, and then she went to the doctor. They like, yeah, nah. Like, yeah, it's broken. I'm like, damn. I bought the flowers and the whole 9 though. I made up for it. You know what I'm saying? I had to do it. I'm one of them dudes that's gonna make up for it. But I for sure was just kind of like, so when she asked me what I thought right now, I know for a fact that like I must have been giving off like fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? For her to just sit there like it was one of them moments, you know, your girl sometimes sometimes your girl be like, you like, hey. Like, hey, you like, hey, like, you're like, hey, I'm good, I'm straight, babe. Let's just watch this.
Why you want to poke the bear?
Yeah, like, you know, my girl was just like, she was like, she's like, what's up, you know how like a fly be in your face, you be like, watch out, man. You like, where the fly at?
Don't leave you alone.
Yeah, so I mean, I was still able to keep my composure, but it was just funny because it was like
she was on her Tyrese, bro. She wanted to know what was on your mind. You know what I mean?
I just know for a fact because of all of the women that we had in our family, and all the women we grew up around, and all the girls we grew up around, and all our friends, and all of the cousins' friends, and all that. I just know how they work, bro. They be wanting to like, you know, men. We like I said, I think we said it before in the previous pod. Like we good at kind of like being able to feel each other energy. It's like, hey, let me leave that dude alone. He looked like he ready to fuck somebody. No problems. Yeah, like let me leave that dude alone, man. He looked like he going through some shit. You might hit him with an A. If you need me for anything, bro, I'm here for you. You might hit him with one of those. But then that's it. You ain't digging too much deeper.
Yeah.
Nah. It's just different with women. They like, hey, I know what you thinking, so say it. You like, what? You like, I'm chilling. You like, damn, she reading my mind right now? You like, damn, like how she get in there? Like, I know for a fact that I ain't said nothing today the whole day. Like, it just kind of made me aware of like, well, that I mean, I've been aware of like just energy and all that and how it worked, but like, bro, it's I got a lot of respect for women and what they provide in a relationship. I'm not one of them like woman bashing dudes. I don't really understand guys who like really make a living off of bashing women. It's just like, bro, like you can't come on here and like complain about like your selection of women. Like, you know what I'm saying? To try to like generalize and put all women in that category. Cause I know some amazing women. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know a lot of women, and I got a lot of women in my family, and like without women, a lot of shit would be a shit show. And so it's like, man, it's like going somewhere with that bullshit. I don't buy it. I never had woman problems. I never had sister problems. I never had female problems. I never had mama problems. I never had none of that. So it's like I can't relate to that shit. I know how to communicate with them. I know what they want, and I try to give them what they want, but I try to keep it balanced. But it's just kind of like at the end of the day, I know for a fact that when us men we get in our zone, which is nature for us, where we just kind of like become like, all right. I think every man has a survival instinct, and it's by nature. Like we get to a point where we like, hey, I gotta do what needs to be done. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do what needs to be done, and whatever that is, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And like when we get like that, I think sometimes our women think that like, man, we got a problem with them and what they doing and not doing, and it ain't even that. It's just kind of like, all right, I got to take care of business. And I just think that she caught me in one of them moments where I was just kind of like, shit, all right, fuck it. Like, she injured. I got 3 kids. I got a lot of shit I got to do on top of work. Like, I ain't about to sit here and cry about this shit. Ain't nobody going to come to my aid. Ain't nobody going to feel sorry for me. My homies ain't going to stop what they doing to come help a nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I got to do what I got to do. So, and it's just kind of like, man, you know, I was able to keep it together though. I was actually pretty proud of myself, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm proud of you too, man. Yeah,
I know y'all got one to share with the guys out there, man. Come on, I know y'all got one to share.
But now I was just gonna tag on what you were saying. It's just like, you know, I mean, like we have our nature as men. Yeah. Sometimes, just thinking like man to man, peer to peer. If we're working with men, and say we are working with men and women, we're going to go in the men's locker room. We're not going to go in the women. It's not going to be a co-ed locker room. Just kind of like the men have their side, the women have their side, and how men kind of talk to each other. This is so to me, it's a little bit more raw. It's a little bit more front. It's a little less sensitive, and
a lot less time wasting. It's like straight to it. Like, hey,
it's not as
like
detailed.
You, bro. That's it.
It's kind of it's a little bit more black and white, but it's still a lot of respect in that black and white. So it does leave that gray, that little gray space. But ultimately, their nature is definitely necessary. So it's like when you're saying like, oh, you need women. Like I need women too. Like I felt like I credit women for a lot of the good lessons I learned because it's like my nature. I learned through my experience through men and being around men and being around like brothers and being around cousins and being around fathers and uncles. But with the women, it's like the real lessons because it actually teaches me a little on a deeper kind of level of how they think about it, whether we're more, either more physical, whether, we fight more, but we have less drama outside of when we're not together. But ultimately, women kind of show a different kind of aspect, at least the women in my family, because the women in my family are extremely strong. But they're not I won't say they're as physical as the men in my family, but they teach me how to kind of perceive things. They teach me patience and I don't know, they teach me a lot of different aspects that I don't have a single clue about. And until I'm around them or how to even, communicate with them, it's probably, I got to give them some of the biggest credit for some of the biggest lessons I learned.
You mentioned that in one of the clips too, bro. You was talking about how the women in our life, because we blood cousins first,
because it's like for sure, like your sisters, I give a lot of credit. I say for game for my sisters, like is even though I didn't have you guys are my brothers, but by blood, on a brother sister kind of level. My only siblings are women, so it's like I learned a lot through the women in my life as well as my brothers. But I learned a lot through the women in my life, and most of my teachers. I think I might have had one male teacher like through kindergarten on up to like almost like 10th grade. I probably only had like one male teacher. But for the most part, a lot of these women, they led the class. They taught me their different perspectives. They taught me different things, and I went to mostly black schools, so they kind of catered the information to a black demographic as well too. So just the little details and the things that probably would have been left out of my regular lesson that they included. You have to like respect the kind of details and the kind of nuances that I feel like women can kind of offer.
Yeah. What's up, Bert? I know you got some perspective on that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no secret. Look, hey, for those who tuning in, we got a couples night coming up, a highly anticipated couples night coming up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring the women on here with us, and that's gonna be pretty fun, man. Because I got questions. I got a whole list of questions already for couples night, but you know, I think one thing that we all kind of like deal with is just that. I mean, one thing we all have in common actually is like we all got sisters. We all in relationships with women. We all have our mothers, and all of these women are strong women. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just kind of like, you know, having that.
Add to your thing.
Go ahead, go ahead, Birdman.
I was gonna say, because we all been around a lot of strong women. My grandparents, my grandmother, my mom, my aunts. Your sisters, G-Lou, are dope. Even your sisters, Ken, they dope as hell. And your I feel like, yeah, but dope as hell. Traveling auntie, exploring all parts of the world. But it's like a bad side of having strong women around.
Speak on it.
And the bad side of having certain kind of strong women around, it's not bad. It's just about to come off bad. Is that you look at other women that aren't as strong and wonder why they can't be like that.
Yeah.
And it's just like every girl didn't have the opportunity to have a mom or a grandma or aunt to give her the game or teach her how to be that type of woman that we've become accustomed to seeing. So I'll be looking at some of these chicks and I'm like, why the fuck would you wear that?
Yeah.
Why would you come outside with a bonnet on? Like my grandmother would never leave the house in any kind of house garment ever.
I know.
She's gonna have a little blood show. My grandma is about to be 80. You know, she turned 86 this year. She's still leaving the house together.
Grandma like, dope too. Grandma Hawkins, she dope too. She low key like the matriarch. Low key like shout out to Grandpa, but Grandma, she the one who like, you know what I'm saying? Every time I've been around, she the one that be moving. She the one that make everything move, you know.
Like my mom and my sister, they would never step foot into a grocery store and they're not looking like something. And I don't feel like you gotta put your best clothes on and go to the grocery store. You go into the nail salon or whatever the case may be. But always look presentable, ladies. And I feel like we've been around women that take care of their shit. For real.
But my sister, hey, look, let me tell you, can I interject real quick?
So I don't want to cut off. Certain chicks doing something. I'm like, what? Like, what are you really?
My sister, bro.
Different strokes for different folks, man.
My sister, my older sister, my youngest, my two older sisters. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be technical, my three older sisters, all my sisters, bro. All my sisters, bro. They are like, to Hawk's point, like representation. You know what I'm saying? Even my wife, representation to them. Like, that's one thing I learned. Like, yo, my wife is the reason I wear jeans. I don't even wear jeans, bro. I don't want to wear jeans. But like, we'll be going to a party and she'll put on like jeans and like a jean jacket with a fly ass shirt. And I'll be like, I can't be wearing basketball shorts walking in with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I feel, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I just
be like, basketball shirt under your jeans.
Yeah, hell yeah. In case a nigga wants some smoke. You know what I'm saying? I might have to lace up with a nigga. It's like, nigga, I'll play you in these Timbs, nigga.
I'll play you in basketball shorts on.
Nigga, I'll play you in these Timbs. What's happening? Like, let's get it cracking. Nigga, shoot for takeout. You know what I'm saying?
My play clothes on right now.
Hell yeah, nigga. You know, that's just some Compton shit right there. But I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, the one thing I was taking from this whole conversation is like how like you look at men like ourselves and just us talking about it. And I'm gonna take this opportunity, man, bro, to give women their flowers. Cause like, women really make the kind of men that we are. It's like it's cliche. You hear the words like, oh man, behind every strong man is a strong woman. But it's like, it's crazy. Like, you really do need that. Like, women help you identify who you really are, right? The way your woman treats you, to me, kind of determines the man that you are. Like, or the way the women around you respond to you, it lets you know the kind of man you are. Like, if you're not getting that respect from the women around you, your mama, your sisters, your girl, your daughter, I think that says something about you. And maybe I'm being a little biased because I get respect from all of those different perspectives, right? Like, my sisters respect me, my mama respect me, my wife respect me, my daughter respect me. But like, I'm very conscious of like every single aspect of them as women. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they are emotional, the fact that they need attention every now and then, the fact that like they need somebody that shows them that, hey, they care. The fact that like, a lot of times, men, we not really expressive, but like, women need to know what we thinking sometimes. Just so that way they could do the right thing. I mean, I don't know, cuz I see you rolling your eyes. And
man, no, but they do. Like, they do. And like, oh my God. It'd be sometimes be like, all right, babe. Like,
they gotta know. Like, they just gotta know. And you just be like, all right, if you just gotta know.
Like, babe, I don't care.
You pissed me the fuck off earlier. I was irritated as fuck with that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not nothing to do with you. Like, for instance, with me and my girl, I give her hella disclaimers and she be trying to be like, she's like, I don't need you to say all that shit.
Debo.
Anytime off the rip, bro, I just flew off the rip. Bro, I feel like I said the worst shit in the world and I ain't even say nothing crazy. Now I just be like, hey, babe, I'm like, listen, I don't mean no disrespect when I say this. I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm not trying to get no arguments. We good. Everything with us is straight. I'm not saying that this is you. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. Okay? I need for them to start picking their shit up when they done eating. Cause well, what you mean? What you trying to say? It's like, damn, I just said I'm not saying you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, damn. One thing I will say is, like, Cuzzo, you was like the first person to really tell me, like, you was like the first person to overemphasize that whole grace thing. Like, hey, have grace, have grace, have grace. And like, y'all know me, bro. Like, and if you don't know by now, Hawk can tell me, man, Donovan, I hate your song. That shit fucking trash. And I'm gonna really analyze his fucking statement. That's just the kind of person I am, right? I'm very conscious of like the people around me and how they feel about certain things, and I take heed to what they're saying because I don't feel like God put good people around you for no reason. So like, all right, I got a lot of good people around me and they telling me things, they talking to me, they confiding in me, they expressing their thoughts and shit. Like, I'm grateful for that because there's people who literally keep everything inside and don't ever express themselves. And it's just like, all right, cool. It's like, all right, cool. So it's like, man, at the end of the day, I forgot my thoughts. I literally just went mind blank. Like, God damn, that's crazy how that happens. I don't know how that just happened. What was I talking about? Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but ultimately with grace, like the only reason
that's what it was. It was a grace thing.
Okay.
Cuz I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna finish it up. At the end of the day, Cuzzo just told me how grace, and like I took heed to what he was saying. And ever since then, like every time I find myself trying to get pissed off at some shit, I just be like, it ain't that big of a deal. That shit actually helped me a lot, bro. Like my anxieties, my stresses, a lot of that shit has kind of gone away since I've like practiced just kind of like being like, all right, man, like maybe they don't understand. Like for real. That shit is crazy. Like that's what anybody in my life, like anybody that go all the way to my supervisor. Like my supervisor might say some shit that'll piss somebody else off, and I just be kind of like, and like low key for real, from my supervisor in my job. Like, if I ever got him on here for whatever reason, which would be crazy, no fucking way. Yeah. He's solid. He's solid, though. He's solid. But at the end of the day, like, he'll even tell you, like, I'll call him midday. Look, my supervisor responsible for a minimum of, like, 40 people. And I'll call him, like, yo, like, you straight? You know what I'm saying? Just because of the vibe that I got in the morning. Like, yo, like, hey, man, you straight. I can tell you pissed off. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, damn, who the fuck am I to call my supervisor? Like, I know you pissed off. But it's like, I'll call and say that shit.
He probably appreciated it too.
Yeah, really. Like he pulled me to the side one day, was like, hey. Like, he was like, hey, thank you for being so easy to work with. Like, thank you. Like, I really want to say thank you for being so easy to work with. And he was like overemphasizing. And I was like, damn, I was like, they must be making this nigga job hard. And I like from that day on, I started watching. I was like, yo, these niggas be tripping about the dumbest shit. Like shit that I don't give a fuck about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he just like when he said it, it made me realize, like, shit, nigga, I be chilling at work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas be all my seniority. Like, nigga, I be chilling. But back to the women. All I'm saying is, I'm passing the mic. I'm long-winded. No, you ain't, nigga, do your thing. I'm passing the mic. I'm done. That's all I wanted to say about women. Like, I appreciate women. I thank God for putting me in a place where, like, I was around so many women. And these two guys definitely know, like, man.
It's you know what's kind of fun. You know what's kind of funny about it, because it's like it's a whole like demographic of people online that like are like, well, it's a whole demographic of people online that make fake profiles just to say whatever they want. But within that demographic of people, it's another demographic of people that just women bash, and it'd be so funny because I find humor in it, and I'll see a post and it'll be like, okay, this is baiting people that. Just baiting people to talk shit about like women or talk shit about somebody who, you know, might come with a feminine approach. And I just be seeing, I'll be like, damn, people really like make these accounts that have, they're probably buy followers or whatever to make themselves look like they're a real popping profile just to talk shit about women all day. I'm like, damn, dog, like, I get it. Women, they can work your nerves, but it's like ultimately, like, you know, you can't make life without them. You know what I mean? We can't live without them. And it's like, you don't got sisters, and it's like I don't even, not even just that, like even if it was something that was bashing men, like I'm not the type of person that just like want to be around people that's just gonna listen to my every direction. Like I'm always want some kind of insight. I'm always want some feedback, and like it'd be like you be in the middle of argument, like, and for instance, I'm just gonna use my girl as an example, but it's just like you be in the middle of argument and she'll say something, make a hella point, you be like, or just say you be in the middle of argument, she say something funny, you be like, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny as hell. Like I was like, I'm mad as hell at you. You got me high, but that was one of them ones. Or it'd be like, man, like it'd be one of the points, and it could be checking you for the most part. It'd be one of the points. Be like, you know what, you're right. But it's like ultimately, it's like, how we gonna move forward if we just only talking shit and people are only listening to every demand that we want? So it just be funny because it's like it's a lot of people out there that can't resonate with what we saying, and they don't have that understanding. They don't have that human interaction with other women. So, you know, for those who don't, it could be difficult to talk to women that, hey, we got family members that are women, so they have to love us. But it's like, you know, if you don't have that kind of interaction, like just look for it and just ask questions and listen. Like I feel like the best game advice that I got from anybody that I've ever learned from or took away from just game, I seen people just talk about with girls, and not even just like as macking or anything, just to kind of understand the women. Just ask questions and listen. Like sometimes you can shut the fuck up and just listen. That's probably my second cuss word today. But sometimes you can just be quiet and just listen and just ask a question and listen. And just like, you know, like my boy Hawk say, like he likes to listen. And like sometimes he don't really got nothing to say, but he don't have nothing objective to say, but he's a real listener. Sometimes you got to sit back and just close your mouth and just open your ears.
Birdman, one of them ones, bro. Side note, I'm gonna let Birdman elaborate on that.
Mm-hmm.
He one of them ones I realized back then. I'm like, this nigga is really in tune with himself. Like, and that's a good thing to have. I'm like that too. I think that's what makes us good friends. Is like, you can't tell me shit about myself. Like, cause I already be like, it don't hurt my feelings to look in the mirror like, yo, you fat, nigga, you need to work out. Like, you know, you need to work on your abs. Like, yo, like, nigga, your facial hair is pathetic, nigga. You don't got a beard. Shave that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. The point I'm trying to make is
harsh.
Point I'm trying to make is I say the meanest shit to myself. So it's like when it come to my dog, and I think that like because I often kind of like analyze my relationships. I was like, damn, like Ken is my blood cousin, but at the same time, like we brothers, but like we great friends. Outside of that, like we don't have a forceful relationship. Like, cause I got a lot of cousins that I don't talk to at all. And like me and Ken was raised together, and like, you know, we done fought and we done went to parties and danced with chicks and everything together and all kind of crazy shit. And it's just like at the end of the day, it's just like, man, I really love these guys because these two people, along with a number of other guys that I surround myself with, I think that's the one thing that we all have in common is like we're very conscious of like our pros and our cons, like our flaws and like what makes us who we are. And like at the end of the day, like we're not going to allow other people to come around and make us feel any other way than like we are responsible for our emotions and shit like that. So when it comes to Birdman, like he definitely one of them ones, bro, like who that nigga just not moved by a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I always tell people that I like me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I really do like myself.
Hey, that's
I like
dope.
who I am.
I like who I am too.
Yeah,
I know Cuzzo definitely like who he is.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that don't though.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I like me. But I remember Autumn texted me. I forgot what she texted me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't respond in adequate time or something. And she's like, why you didn't say anything back? I'm like, I don't have anything to say at the moment. And I'm thinking of something to say that's, you know, thoughtful.
Ooh.
Oh, that was a good catch.
Ooh.
And she's like, that was a good one. I'm like, yeah, like sometimes I feel like sit back, listen, think about what you got to say before you say it. Dig a little deeper, you might have a good ass answer. And then sometimes when I ain't saying something, I'm just sitting back, I'm keeping myself from being an asshole. Because I could be a lot meaner and say fucked up stuff or mean things to people. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just suck this up. Let me take it. Sorry. That sounds good. Let me just absorb what they saying.
Yeah, for real.
And let me not respond the way I just want to respond right away.
You know what's scary to me?
What?
My girl, bro, it's like I'll be saying some shit, I'll be expressing how I feel, and I'll like my whole shit'll be like 10 minutes. Yeah. You know? And she'll say something that's like 30 seconds long, and like that shit make a lot of sense. I was just like, what? I'm like, damn, this whole time, like that's the shit that she had in her mind, like I'm like,
okay, that makes perfect sense.
Like, damn, like why did she let me go on for that long?
Like, just stop it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like being around them kind of people make me really like conscious. Like sometimes I'll be talking, I'll be like, let me go do my research. Before I start talking. I'm like, cause you know what? Like my girl was the first person was just like, I was like, yeah, I went to the store and I did it this whole shit. She's like, nigga, did you just say did it? Nigga, that ain't even a word. Like, I'm like, damn, like she really like vocabulary checking nigga right now. Like, does she know that we make up words and shit like where I come from? Like, we just make up shit. It's a slang. Like, but she really trying to make me feel stupid right now. What'd you say, Cuzzo?
Man, your cousin the same, bro. Like,
yeah.
Anytime I make any kind of little spell check, you like, you mean this? You mean that? You mean this? I'm like,
grammar mistake. You like,
I think it's just joy in them correcting you.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Or they really
keep your spell check on at all times because as soon as you get that red squiggly under your word, you like, let me correct that because if I send this shit, she gonna cook my shit for like 3 minutes.
Bro, I send stuff messed up all the time.
Man, shit.
No,
Man,
it's
my girl be like, "You mean this?" I'm like, "God damn, you know what the hell I mean?"
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
wait,
you asked.
we having a heart to heart, and like in the middle of the heart to heart, you looking at a nigga grammar right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
there's
know
no
what I'm
comma
trying to
run on sentence.
you know what I'm trying to say, and like you gonna be my English teacher right now.
You mean your?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
damn.
like,
I'm like,
that's
come
some
on, bro.
bullshit.
God damn,
Nah.
you cooking my shit. And I ain't gonna front. I don't mess up the your shit, but goddamn, like, you know, I mean, that was just an example. You know, that's one of the ones.
Shout out to Cuzzo, man. He has to make sure he cleaned that up. He don't want y'all niggas thinking he motherfucking illiterate and shit. Like,
You are
nigga,
in yours.
you dealing with some
are in
smart
yours.
individuals, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I hope y'all don't ever think nothing different. Like, you know what I'm saying, man?
No, that's for sure.
Yeah. No, and then